Alright friends, for this lesson we're going to learn how to present our final projects, which is our free choice project. In this project you have a requirement of 6 images, all having to do with one single theme. And then you're going to be able to have the opportunity to add additional images to strengthen your portfolio if you would like to. So how do we present this? We're going to go back to our pages, and I'm going to go to the photography page. And once again, we need to copy our title, and we're going to duplicate it at the bottom. And we're going to call it free choice. Actually, instead of just calling it free choice, how about we call it the name of our project? So let's come up with some kind of name for our project. Mine is landscapes, and I'm going to call mine Motherland. And I might want to say free choice. Okay, so make sure you title it. It's a good idea to always title your thematic units. Okay, so I'm going to bring this down underneath Unit 7, and now I'm ready to put in my work. So 6 are required, and so let's look at our different layout options we have. Mind you, you are going to be creating some text for this one because you are going to be explaining your project. This is the only project I asked you to do that. So let's look at maybe a layout that might look nice. I like the 4 across because I'm actually doing 8 images instead of 6. But if you're doing only 6, perhaps choose this one right there. So I'm going to choose this one. Remember, you are going to caption every single one of them. And I'm going to duplicate it. So I have 2 rows right here. And then underneath, I'm going to need to add some text. So I'm going to add the text box right underneath. So that's where I'm going to write my description. So let's go ahead and start to fill this in. Remember, the #1 thing my students forget to do is to uncrop. If you do not uncrop, then your image will not be seen in its full. Right now, they are square images, and most of you are photographing rectangular images. So I like to go to recents because it's usually pulls up where I recently added it. And I'm going to start with this one right here and click insert. And remember, uncrop is this right here where it says uncrop. Don't forget to do that. And you have to caption each of these. So the caption for this one is Grand Canyon. And then I'm going to go through the rest of them and add these images. Okay, so I've added all 8 of my pictures. So obviously you're probably not going to be going across country to be doing your landscape portraits or landscape pictures, but I wanted to share with you my most recent body of work, which was in an art show over the summer, and I called it Motherland, and I took a cross-country trip with my family, and we were camping in all these locations, and these are the photographs I took from it. So as you can see, I uncropped every single image. All of my images are in landscape mode, so they fit nicely together, and I captioned every single one of them. So now the last step before you're able to publish and turn this in is you need to write a short artist statement about what this body of work is about. So some artist statements will be fuller and some of them will be a little bit shorter. So about 3 sentences or more should be just fine. And I'll read mine to you. I'm a full-time high school art photography teacher, an artist, and a mother of 2 young girls. After attempting to photograph the landscapes while on a family camping trip, I realized a recurring theme in the way I photograph outside of the studio. The common traditions in landscape photography typically fall in the realm of waiting for the perfect lighting, bringing the most expensive equipment, and creating a sublime image that marks your feet. I would consider my current body of work the anti-sublime. Kids in tow, time constrained by the needs of others, and the brief disrupted encounter with the landscape. As a mother and a full-time art teacher, my view of the land is brief and often disrupted. My hope is that viewers can relate to that feeling of squeezing in suppressed passions that end up being overpowered by the necessity to rear children and provide for the family. By using an extremely short depth of field in my images, I inevitably convey the anti-sublime of the most popular landscapes in America. My images challenge the viewer to identify the depth and context that inevitably helps to make them captivating images. So yeah, this example is pretty extensive, but I think it's really clear. You could probably do it in less wording if you wanted to. It depends on the meaning of your work. You know, you could be doing something very simple like portraiture, and you know, it depends on the purpose of it. If you're talking about stereotypes or something more serious, then maybe you need to go further in depth, and you can see that in the examples on Google Classroom of students in the past. So make sure you have all your images, 6 are necessary, all of them are captioned, title your project, add a short artist statement, 3 sentences or more should be plenty, publish, and don't forget after you click publish 2 times to copy that link and to insert it into Google Classroom for your project submission. View publish site. And copy your link.